Have you ever wished for a way to feel more connected to yourself, to others, and to the world around you? In moments of anger or hurt, do you find yourself longing for peace, forgiveness, and an understanding? In the Buddhist teachings, there is a practice that nurtures these feelings, metta, or loving-kindness meditation. Metta is more than just a technique. It's a way of transforming your heart and mind. It begins with cultivating kindness toward yourself and expands outward, embracing others with compassion and goodwill. It's a practice that dissolves boundaries, heals wounds, and fosters a profound sense of connection. In this episode of the School of Buddha, we'll explore the practice of loving-kindness meditation. We'll delve into what metta is, why it's essential for fostering compassion, and how to practice it step by step. If you've ever felt disconnected, angry, or weighed down by judgment toward yourself or others, this episode will show you how metta can bring healing and harmony into your life. Let's start. What is loving-kindness meditation? The practice of metta, or loving-kindness meditation, is rooted in one of the Buddha's most profound teachings, the boundless power of compassion. The word metta comes from the ancient Pali language meaning loving-kindness or benevolence. It represents a universal love that transcends attachment, judgment, and boundaries. At its core, metta is about cultivating an open and generous heart. Unlike conditional love, which often depends on circumstances or personal gain, metta is unconditional. It's not reserved for family, friends, or those who treat us well. It extends to all beings, even those we struggle to forgive. It's a love that asks for nothing in return and radiates without expectation. The Buddha described metta as one of the 4 Brahma Viharas, or sublime states, alongside compassion or karuna, empathetic joy or mudita, and equanimity or upekkha. These states represent the highest expressions of love and peace in the human heart. Of these, metta serves as the foundation. It's the starting point for opening ourselves to the interconnectedness of all life. In metta, the focus is not on abstract concepts, but on cultivating a deep, felt sense of kindness and care. It begins with ourselves, recognizing that we cannot truly offer compassion to others if we are filled with self-judgment or unworthiness. From there, the practice expands outward, reaching loved ones, acquaintances, strangers, and even those with whom we have conflict. Finally, it encompasses all beings across the world and beyond. Metta is not just a meditation, it's a way of transforming our perspective. Through regular practice, it dissolves resentment, softens the heart, and allows us to approach life with greater warmth and empathy. It bridges the divides that often separate us, reminding us that every being shares the same wish to be happy, safe, and free from suffering. In a world that often feels divided, metta is a practice of healing and connection. It's an antidote to the judgment, anger, and indifference that can harden our hearts and isolate us from one another. By cultivating loving kindness, we not only transform our inner world, but also influence the world around us in profound ways. 1. Healing self-judgment and shame. Many of us carry an inner critic that constantly points out our perceived flaws. This self-judgment can lead to feelings of inadequacy, shame, and unworthiness. Metta begins by addressing this inner dialogue, offering kindness to ourselves instead of criticism. Through repeated practice, it helps us build a foundation of self-compassion, reminding us that we are deserving of love and care simply because we exist. Imagine telling yourself, "May I be happy, may I be safe, may I be free from suffering." At first, these words may feel foreign, even uncomfortable, but with time they begin to sink in, replacing harsh inner narratives with gentleness and acceptance. This is the power of metta. It rewrites the story we tell ourselves about our worth. 2. Transforming relationships. We've all experienced conflict, whether with a friend, family member, or colleague. These conflicts often leave us carrying resentment or pain, which can weigh heavily on our hearts. Metta offers a way to release these burdens by fostering empathy and understanding. When we practice metta, we begin to see others not as enemies or obstacles, but as fellow beings who, like us, wish to be happy and free from suffering. This shift in perspective softens our judgments and opens the door to forgiveness. While metta doesn't condone harmful actions, it helps us recognize that holding on to anger only prolongs our suffering. Imagine practicing metta for someone with whom you've had a disagreement as you silently wish them well. May you be happy. May you be safe. You might notice a subtle shift in your feelings. Over time, these small moments of compassion can mend even the most strained relationships. 3. Cultivating emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges, loss, disappointment, uncertainty. In these moments, it's easy to close ourselves off, to retreat into fear or anger. Metta provides a way to keep our hearts open, even in difficult times. By cultivating a sense of loving kindness, we create an inner warmth that acts as a buffer against life's hardships. This resilience doesn't mean we won't feel pain or sadness. It means we can hold these emotions with compassion instead of being consumed by them. Metta teaches us to meet life's challenges with grace, reminding us that love is a strength, not a weakness. 4. Expanding our sense of connection. One of the greatest benefits of Metta is its ability to dissolve the illusion of separateness. In our daily lives, it's easy to see ourselves as isolated individuals, disconnected from those around us. But when we practice Metta, we begin to feel a deeper sense of connection to all beings. The Buddha often emphasized this interconnectedness, teaching that all beings, regardless of differences, share the same fundamental desires: to be happy, to avoid suffering, and to live with ease. When we recognize this shared humanity, it becomes easier to approach others with kindness and compassion. Metta transforms the way we see the world, not as a collection of separate individuals, but as a web of interconnected lives. 5. Creating a ripple effect of compassion. Compassion is contagious. When we approach others with kindness, we inspire them to do the same. Metta creates a ripple effect, spreading goodwill outward in ever-expanding circles. A simple act of kindness, whether in thought, word, or deed, has the power to touch lives in ways we may never fully understand. The Buddha compared Metta to the light of a lamp. Just as a lamp does not lose its light by lighting another lamp, so does the practice of loving kindness only grow as it is shared. The beauty of Metta meditation lies in its simplicity and accessibility. It's a practice that anyone can begin, regardless of experience, and it can be done almost anywhere. Here's a detailed step-by-step guide to help you cultivate the profound qualities of loving kindness. Step 1. Find a comfortable position. Choose a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit in a comfortable position, on a cushion, a chair, or even lying down if needed. Keep your back straight but relaxed, allowing your body to feel both alert and at ease. Close your eyes or soften your gaze to minimize distractions. This physical stillness provides the foundation for mental calm, preparing you to direct your energy inward. Step 2. Begin with yourself. Start by bringing your attention inward. Take a few deep breaths, feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Allow yourself to settle into the present moment. Silently repeat phrases of loving kindness toward yourself. For example, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease. As you repeat these phrases, try to connect with the meaning behind them. Visualize yourself surrounded by warmth and light, as if you are being embraced by kindness. If this feels difficult, acknowledge that self-compassion can take time to develop and approach it with patience. But why start with yourself? In Buddhism, the self is the foundation for extending compassion to others. When we nurture kindness within, we create a reservoir of love that naturally radiates outward. Step 3. Extend to someone you love. Bring to mind someone you deeply care about, a friend, family member, or mentor. Picture them in your mind as vividly as possible. Imagine their smile, their presence, or a moment you shared that brought joy. Silently repeat the same phrases, directing them toward this person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. As you practice, notice the feelings of warmth and connection that arise. This step often feels natural and joyful as our hearts open effortlessly to those we love. Step 4. Extend to a neutral person. Now, think of someone you know but don't have strong feelings about, perhaps a coworker, a neighbor, or a stranger you see regularly. This person might not play a significant role in your life, but they too share the same wish for happiness. Visualize them clearly and repeat the loving kindness phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. This step challenges us to extend our circle of compassion beyond those we naturally care for. It reminds us that all beings, no matter how distant, are worthy of love and kindness. Step 5. Extend to someone difficult. This is often the most challenging part of metta meditation. Bring to mind someone with whom you've experienced conflict or difficulty. It could be someone who has hurt you or someone you struggle to understand. Without condoning their actions, recognize that this person too desires happiness and freedom from suffering. Visualize them and silently repeat the same phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. You may feel resistance, anger, or discomfort during this step. That's okay. Acknowledge these feelings with compassion and don't force yourself to feel anything you're not ready for. Even the intention to practice metta toward someone difficult is a powerful act of love. Step 6. Embrace all beings everywhere. Finally, expand your loving kindness to include all beings everywhere. Those you know and don't know, those near and far, those like you and unlike you. Visualize your kindness radiating outward like ripples in a pond, touching every corner of the world. Silently repeat, may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. As you extend your compassion, imagine it flowing boundlessly, connecting you to all life. This step fosters a profound sense of interconnectedness and unity. Step 7. Close with gratitude. When you're ready to end your meditation, take a moment to reflect on the practice. Notice how your body and mind feel. Acknowledge the effort you've made to cultivate loving kindness. End with a silent expression of gratitude for yourself, for the practice, and for the opportunity to connect with others. Here are some additional tips for deepening your practice. Be patient with yourself. If the feelings of loving kindness don't arise immediately, that's okay. Metta is like planting seeds. They take time to grow. Even the intention to practice is valuable. Use visualizations to make the practice more vivid. Imagine sending light or warmth to yourself and others as you repeat the phrases. Practice regularly. Like any skill, metta meditation becomes more natural with consistent practice. Even a few minutes a day can have a profound impact over time. Through metta, we transform not only our inner world, but also our interactions with others. This practice teaches us that kindness is not a limited resource. It's an infinite wellspring that grows the more we share it. Stories from the Buddha's life often hold timeless lessons, and one of the most powerful is about the transformative energy of metta. Once, the Buddha sent a group of monks to meditate in a forest known for its tranquility, but the forest was also home to spirits who felt disturbed by the monks' presence. The spirits created frightening illusions, producing strange noises and apparitions to scare the monks away. Overwhelmed by fear, the monks returned to the Buddha and asked for his guidance. The Buddha listened calmly and then instructed the monks to return to the forest, but with a new approach. He taught them to practice metta, to radiate loving kindness toward themselves, the spirits, and all beings. The monks began their meditation, silently repeating phrases such as, "May all beings be happy, may all beings be safe, may all beings be free from suffering." As the monks practiced metta, their fear dissolved, replaced by a sense of warmth and compassion. The spirits, sensing this shift, stopped their hostility. Moved by the monks' radiance of kindness, they even began to protect the monks, ensuring their safety and comfort in the forest. This story illustrates the profound power of metta. It teaches us that loving kindness is not just a personal practice, it's an energy that extends outward, transforming even the most challenging circumstances. When we cultivate metta, we dissolve the boundaries of fear, anger, and resentment, replacing them with connection and harmony. Reflect for a moment. How might your relationships change if you approach them with the spirit of metta? What fears or conflicts could be softened by the warmth of unconditional kindness? The practice of metta may begin with a few silent phrases, but its benefits ripple through every aspect of our lives. Here's a closer look at how it transforms us. 1. Deepening self-acceptance. We often struggle with self-judgment, criticizing ourselves for perceived flaws or mistakes. This inner conflict can leave us feeling disconnected and unworthy. Through metta, we replace harsh inner voices with gentle affirmations. May I be happy, may I be safe, may I live with ease. These words become a balm for the soul, helping us embrace ourselves with compassion, just as we are. Over time, metta fosters self-acceptance, creating a foundation of inner peace. 2. Healing and forgiveness. Conflict and resentment can weigh heavily on the heart, creating barriers to connection and joy. When we practice metta, we learn to see others, not as enemies or obstacles, but as beings who, like us, wish for happiness and freedom from suffering. This perspective softens judgment and opens the door to forgiveness, not because we condone harm, but because we choose freedom over the burden of anger. 3. Enhancing emotional resilience. Life's challenges can be overwhelming, but metta equips us with an inner warmth that anchors us in the face of adversity. By cultivating unconditional love, we create a space within ourselves where we can hold difficult emotions, grief, fear, frustration with tenderness. This resilience allows us to move through hardships without losing our sense of connection and hope. 4. Strengthening relationships. Relationships thrive on kindness and understanding. When we approach others with the spirit of metta, we foster trust, empathy, and mutual respect. Even strained relationships can be transformed by the practice of silently wishing others well. Imagine beginning each interaction, not with judgment or expectation, but with a silent prayer. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. 5. Expanding compassion beyond boundaries. One of the most beautiful aspects of metta is its universality. It encourages us to extend our kindness beyond our immediate circle, to strangers, to people we disagree with, even to those we may never meet. In doing so, Metta dissolves the illusion of separateness, reminding us that all beings are interconnected. 6. Creating a ripple effect in the world. Compassion is contagious. When we cultivate Metta, its effects extend far beyond our own lives. A kind word, a gentle smile, or even a silent wish for someone's happiness can inspire others to act with love. This ripple effect creates a more harmonious world, one small act of kindness at a time. As the Buddha said, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. When we practice Metta, we contribute to this eternal rule, fostering a world rooted in kindness and compassion. Metta is like a drop of water falling into a still pond. Its ripples extend outward, touching every corner of the surface. In the same way, the loving kindness we cultivate within ourselves extends outward, affecting everyone we encounter. When we practice Metta, we're not just transforming our own hearts, we're contributing to a more compassionate world. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that inspires others to do the same. This is how change begins, not through grand gestures, but through countless moments of quiet love and care. As we conclude today's episode, I invite you to take a deep breath and pause. In this moment, silently repeat, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease." Remember, loving kindness meditation is not about perfection, it's about opening your heart one step at a time. With each practice, you'll find that kindness becomes more natural, compassion more spontaneous, and connection more profound. Thank you for joining us in the School of Buddha. If today's episode inspired you, I encourage you to try practicing Metta this week. Let me know in the comments section if this series is helpful for you. Please do subscribe to the channel to help it grow, and share this playlist with those you care about. In our next episode, we'll explore the practice of walking meditation, a beautiful way to find mindfulness through movement. Until next time, stay mindful, stay kind, and keep walking the path.